What's up, Ock? We in the building. See how I said wrestling podcast. These will be here with Tout. They don't want none darn. And little mini me, Hayden Pie. Here to talk about the hottest show of the summer from Cleveland, Ohio. It was WWE Summerslam 2024. It was a great card too. Great card. 6 title matches, 7 titles overall. They started the card with a bang, and it was for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. As Liv Morgan trying to finish off her Liv Morgan Revenge Tour had to go up against the woman she injured, the woman she took the title from, the woman she's trying to take everything from, including her dirty dog. The eradicator of the Judgment Day, Rhea Ripley.
Mommy.
This was a good match. Dominic came out with it, and we already knew. He cheated at the end. Rhea had injury problems. I think legit injury problems.
Yeah,
I think that shoulder really popped out of place, and she had to pop that motherfucker back in at least twice. But the match ended up being good. Had a lot of excitement. Dirty Dom cheated. He fucking turned on Rhea. Joint Liv, kissed at the end. We just came from Raw, fresh out of Baltimore, hometown. Where both Rhea and Damian Priest have got their revenge. They are clearly now faces, the good guys. And there seems to be a new Judgment Day consisting of Finn, Liv Dominic, JD Madonna, and Carlito we seen tonight.
That's not cool.
My first thing is, are we officially calling the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour finished now that she's officially taken Dom away from Rhea? She still has the title, and it seems like she's taking the Judgment Day as well.
Yeah, the Revenge Tour is finished, but her business with the Judgment Day.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
Technically, yeah. Technically, it is
she
because
completed her Revenge Tour, like she said. It was just to beat Mommy, and she did it.
Yeah, that was her last thing to accomplish. She did it, but it's never over with them.
Yeah,
it's never.
And the second question is, what's next for Rhea and Damian after this Raw? After it seems they're not in any of the title pitches as of what we seen coming off of Raw. What's next for them coming off such an ovation, trying to take down a new version of them?
It's basically about to be just like SmackDown with the Bloodline, who been running things for 3 to 4 years, just like Judgment Day been running things 3 years in a row. It's about to be a Judgment Day Civil War.
Yeah.
So basically.
What you think, Shaw? Do you like this new version of Judgment Day?
Something good right now.
You still rocking with Dirty Dom, Shaw? You got the chicken tendies.
Not Dirty Dom.
I got a new Judgment.
Yeah.
But as we go past that, there's a new Intercontinental Champion on the horizon. And his name is Bron Breakker, as he defeated Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship in a relatively short match. They say time was cut for time constraints, but it was short, like less than 10 minutes short. Like you said, Bron Breakker and Sami, they did what they needed to do in the time they was given. They excited the crowd, but Bron Breakker's the new champion. Are you surprised that Sami Zayn's reign was this short after beating the longest reign in all time and beating Gunther and getting this WrestleMania moment?
No, it was a good 4-month run.
Not really. He was really a 4-time Intercontinental Champion already.
Yeah. I just feel like...
I mean, I get your point, though, since he took it from particularly Gunther.
Yeah.
And he was the longest reign.
Maybe to them, that's a pretty good stretch from WrestleMania to SummerSlam.
Yeah,
I just feel like...
months.
I feel like, now I'm looking at it from hindsight and seeing Bron as the champion, I feel like this was overall for Bron Breakker. Because having Sami take down the longest reigning champion makes the champion even more credible when Bron Breakker takes the title from him. So I kind of do agree with Darren that he had his good reign. He got his WrestleMania moment. It was only 4 months. Yeah. But it wasn't like he wasn't defending.
Yeah, he had a few good defenses. He had at least 5-6 defenses against some good
times against Gable.
Yeah, and the first
even against
Bron was good. So
one time,
Sami Zayn definitely had some good.
Like Sami gonna stay around. We also seen Sami and the Yeet Master in the back talking about they might go after tag titles after Sami gets his rematch next week in a 2 out of 3 falls match against Bron Breakker. But we both know he's not going to get a win. So does he have better luck with the tag titles, y'all?
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
I think so, actually.
And look, Jay probably about to win his second tag title without his twin brother.
Without him.
Because if they really going after them, and you already seen the established pre-started like in Jay, maybe that's part of the revenge. They get back on the new so-called Judgment Day.
Yeah.
And they help them, and they stop them from winning. They stop Finn and JD from pertaining.
Yeah. But it'll be interesting. But next, it was finally time. It was overdue.
Yeah.
Because this man only defended the title 2 times. In the 7-8 months he had that motherfucker. We're talking about the Maverick, Logan Paul, defending his United States Championship against the megastar, L.A. Knight. Yeah. And damn it was a good one. L.A. Knight, he had Machine Gun Kelly out there.
But he saw Cleveland Wild Boys.
He had his Prime Boys out there. MGK taking brass knucks off a chain. They got used.
That was a nice move.
When I tell you, I gotta give credit to Logan Paul. That reverse moonsault he did when he bent his leg.
Triple H said the same thing. I don't even know what.
It was a thing of beauty. You gotta give Logan Paul credit. He's uber athletic, but the athleticism has to correlate to the skill of the choreography in ring, and you gotta give him credit. The man does it beautifully. He turned out a great match, but it was LA Knight time. It was long overdue. His first real
As he
title.
said, long overdue.
His first real title in WWE, not no $1 million fucking title.
Yeah.
The megastar is here, and he's taking over the rest of 2024 with the United States Championship. My only question.
The rest of the year.
My only question is, are we done with Logan Paul for 2024?
That's a good question.
Because
I have no idea.
I mean, I know he got benches.
I have no clue.
He was saying he banged up, but Crown Jewel is in about 2 months.
I was about to say, gotta be Crown
we
Jewel.
know they
Not
love
Crown
Logan Paul and the big star, so I think Logan Paul shows
You got
back
one
up
more at Crown Jewel.
for some kind of title match,
Rematch.
even if it's a rematch.
It's gonna be his rematch at Crown
LA
Jewel.
Knight. But I ain't gonna speak on LA Knight. We know LA Knight gonna be there. You know he gonna do his thing. We just gonna see if he gonna go into 2025 as United States champion. But if we move on, next match is for the WWE Women's Championship, and it was the role model Bayley defending it inevitably against the Queen of the Ring, Queen Nia Jax. But and Nia Jax also to me, this was inevitable for her. Since she came back, she was booked so strong after the Royal Rumble. Booked as the Annihilator. She's taking on one of her Usos' finishing moves, old Rodney Anawawi, aka Yokozuna. She has his finishing move, the Bonsai Drop. It's her finishing move, and an Annihilator, and it's vicious. Midway through the match, tiffy time almost happened, but it was really just a distraction for Bayley to annihilate. For Nia Jax to annihilate Bayley and become the new WWE Women's Champion, her second Women's Championship in the company. She's back on top. How do y'all feel about that?
Finally. I seen this coming when she came back. I was surprised that she was gone.
It was no way that she wasn't going to win this time.
I was like, she not losing.
Even though I like Bayley, I like Nia too, but there's no way she wasn't going to win.
Bayley rarely put up a fight. Like, that's the closest I seen somebody come to Nia Jax other than Rhea Ripley when she beat her.
And
she kicked out from the Annihilator.
Yeah, as much as
and then did a power bomb.
That was her first time anybody kicked out from the Annihilator. So this is one of those real times. This is one of those real times you can say nobody's ever kicked out from it. So I mean, this was a solid women's match, and I like Trips gets a lot of criticism for some things just because people like to try to hate as much as the WWE marks hate on AEW. But this was a good move, making Tiffany. She was the best person to win Money in the Bank. You put her with the person who would eventually win the title, and you're setting up a hell of a story for when Tiffany cashes in on it and turns on it. So I like it. The match of the evening, it doesn't have to go by skill. This was the most built-up storyline match. Goes all the way back to November when the man reappeared, the best in the world, after almost 10 years gone since the January 2014 Royal Rumble. The best in the world, CM Punk turned after Survivor Series 2023. He got injured in the Royal Rumble by Drew McIntyre, and because he was injured, the story is dragged on. But it hasn't let up. The only way you hate this story is if you're just the mark. Like, you understood they was hurt. But CM Punk's such a draw. Having CM Punk and Drew McIntyre go back and forth for the last 2 months, it was nothing wrong with it. And then you add the Revolutionary as a special guest referee. And damn it, you're
Making
paying
it more
homage
even
to one of the
intriguing.
great matches that involved Bret Hart versus Undertaker way back in the day with Shawn Michaels as special guest referee. They paid homage. CM Punk went as Bret Hart. Drew McIntyre went as Undertaker. Seth Rollins just being Seth freaking Rollins. At the end, Drew McIntyre, big W, low blow, Claymore kick. All because CM Punk could not stay focused off of that damn bracelet. Which, first of all, I let Hayden know Seth Rollins had about 6 fucking pockets on those shoddy ass pants, including right pockets.
He's definitely dead.
He looked around
and he gonna
and
put it on.
wrist. And it was just the perfect segue to how the match is going to end. CM Punk set himself up for the L by taking it out, his frustration out on Seth, allowing Drew to get the long-awaited win he should have gotten and getting his revenge on CM Punk. He said it's over. We know it's not over.
It ain't over.
They didn't make this Bad Blood pay-per-view that's coming up in a month and a half for nothing. They will be part of it in some type of match. Seth Rollins still mad, but Drew McIntyre got the big win. And I pretty much followed it up with my question. Is this feud really done, like Drew McIntyre said?
No, not at all.
No, because he still got the bracelet.
Exactly. He still got the bracelet. You think? And then he came out there tonight on Monday Night Raw and let motherfuckers know I still got your bracelet with your stupid dog and your lovely wife. And CM Punk went after his ass. So as we can see, this is not over. But as a segue to that, before this, I thought this might end up in some kind of a triple threat match. But as we've seen at the Raw in Baltimore, Seth Rollins he's been written off for a couple weeks or for the foreseeable future because Bronson Reed delivered 6
until he stopped
tsunamis, and they decided to pull him out the ring after the 6th one instead of standing in front of him doing all this. But Seth Rollins got his ass absolutely destroyed by Bronson Reed.
6.
Will Triple H make the right decision and giving Bronson Reed a considerable push that I think Bronson Reed should have been got?
Big Bronson Reed.
I
mean, you could say that, but it was like they were stuck until SummerSlam passed. Now that SummerSlam,
I feel like
with all the storylines going on.
The only reason why I say this, I would be good if he's been in limbo. But you randomly put this man in a triple threat match with Chad Gable and Sami Zayn, and then he just fell out of even having matches on Raw unless it was against Ludwig, Kaiser, and Sheamus. Like, what? How you
but
get
I think he did have a title match because he did beat Sami Zayn, so I think he did end up getting a title match.
I just feel like he deserves some kind. He puts on great matches every fucking time, even in losses. Like, he's one of those big guys you gotta appreciate because for so big he is, he can be one of those motherfuckers that no sells everything and never falls off his feet. But he's one of those great sellers, so I feel like he deserves some kind of push. You didn't bring him out here to destroy one of your top guys for nothing.
Right?
We need a push.
Right.
But as we go to our co-main event, it was for the...
Maybe he could be the next challenger if Orton don't beat Gunther.
Yeah. And as we hit into that,
because they was feuding,
the co-main event of SummerSlam was for the World Heavyweight Championship, and there was El Campeón, Damian Priest, at that time representing the Judgment Day, defending his title against the Ring General, the 2024 King of the Ring, the man who called Damian Priest street trash, Gunther. And I was a little skeptic at first after learning that Bash Berlin was the next pay-per-view. I thought they would find some way to screw Gunther and have him win the title in front of his home crowd, but they were smart enough to let Gunther be the dominant person he's been, letting people know the matter's already sacred, and they are going to allow Gunther to go into Bash of Berlin, hour away from his hometown, as the champion, the way it should be, and I appreciate that. And on this Raw, on Monday, we got the Viper coming out. And they stated the obvious that we all remember from King of the Ring, that Randy Orton's shoulder was not down. By the time they counted 2, and we heard nothing about it, but Randy made sure we know. He challenged Gunther. We got it. Should be the main event at Bash of Berlin. Gunther, an hour away from his home country in Vienna, Austria, right bordering Germany, at Bash of Berlin. We know who comes out of this. But what do you think of this news? Of having Randy being the first defense of the Ring General.
I think that actually sets it off great for Gunther, because and I think he is going to defeat Orton, and that basically establishes that, like Gunther's been saying, he's the most dominant force in WWE.
And it's going to be scary because this is a man that's coming off a 666-day Intercontinental title reign. The things that he could do with this world title is scary.
And I think as much as me and you was mad when he lost to Sami Zayn in WrestleMania, that basically set him up to become the world heavyweight champion.
I already saw
and the king of the ring winner. Yeah, you told me. Darren told me too.
I was like, you want to take a little break, then come back.
No, but you was absolutely right because where can you go from here after being the longest reigning mid-card champion of all time? At some point, the title has to be taken from you, and you have to move up. And there was no flaws. This nigga won his next King of the Ring tournament. And then he won the title. The ring general was here. He's a main event talent. He dedicated himself when he was asked to lose weight from the owner who's not around right now. The man is a monster. I love me some Gunther. And he's here.
I love that match though. Yeah. That was a real heavyweight clash.
Yeah, that was a heavyweight clash. That was a good
kick out. I feel like
for the first time in years, this was a perfectly sculpted card. Both first world title matches was main events.
That was a good ass match.
But as we get to it, the main event of SummerSlam, Bloodline Rules, as the American Nightmare, in his next chapter, his next book of his story, defending his championship against the new self-appointed tribal chief. The street champ, Solo Sikoa. Bloodline Rules was in Avenue. Cody's not denying that.
Bloodline Rules.
This match was a little slow, and I feel like it's just because Solo's not there yet. Solo's good, but he doesn't attract the crowd the way a Roman would.
Yeah.
The way a main event.
He was trying to start talking and
the way a Samoan werewolf does. But he was getting good, but you can tell. Even as good as the match was going, it was decent. And then you had Kevin, and then you had Tama and Toa, and then you had Randy. But you knew the energy changed once the Samoan werewolf Jacob Fatu came out of nowhere.
He was waiting for
Super kick, moonsaults, and then
the best Samoan drive.
Crazy motherfucker ever. Papa, after he took everybody out, he definitely hurt himself.
We don't know
how hurt the ankle was, but that ankle definitely hit the shit out that wood, and he couldn't stand up. Throwing chairs from the ground. And when it shifted back to Solo, we just knew something was wrong because you felt like it should have been a face-to-face between Jacob Fatu and Roman.
Yeah.
And it was like, shit, Roman, get out there. Superman punch, spear.
The return.
The OTC
as I said,
has returned. I believe it means the only tribal chief. That's what we mean.
Yeah.
The only or the original, whichever one they want to go with.
Or the only. Both of them.
Whichever both of them could be.
But with his intro into the thing, Cody Rhodes is still your champion, and it is setting up something beautiful about the bloodline. Two questions here. Two questions here. With Roman being back, when do we expect Roman's bloodline to reform? Oos looks like he's still focused. There's no Jimmy yet. We've heard the sounds of Hikuleo coming. We heard Zilla Fatu tweeting shit. Like
in November
when
before
does it
War
start?
Games.
I have no idea.
We got
sometime
War
in
Games
October.
and Survivor. Did we at least get maybe a singles match between Solo and Roman at Bad Blood, Crown Jewel, where the interference leads to more guys?
Maybe Bad Blood.
Maybe Bad Blood gonna start up the build up where you get some interference and you see where people start choosing sides. You might see a new person come.
And my second thing, and this is a good one. This is a good one right here, fellas. This second question is a hell apart. Now, after seeing what we seen last night with Roman Reigns and him acknowledging Cody, but him also, once Cody was announced as a champion, you can see that face on his face like, damn, I lost the title. When you look at the bloodline of figuring out who could be in it, does Zilla join the new bloodline, or does he just Roman's bloodline? You would believe Hikuleo would join the new bloodline, which would make it 5.
Right.
That's a good question.
And then when you look at it, you have Zilla.
I think it's a good question.
If Zilla joins Roman's bloodline, you have Zilla, Jay, Jimmy, and Roman. That's only 4 and 5. Which leads me to my question. What if Roman adds Cody to help him finish the bloodline?
That would be interesting.
The way that ended, I don't see a 5th bloodline member available unless you go deep out and get Juicy from fucking MLW.
Yeah.
Unless you go deep down and get Lance and Anoa'i from fucking the other wrestling he's in. There's Anoa'i's out there, but it's not Sean Maluda. It's not people out there that's ready.
Unless
to
they get the honorary Uce.
You could get honorary Uce. That's why I
You
say
get honorary Uce back.
That's
could be Cody Rhodes for this.
Yeah.
But
That could be interesting because you already see Jay and Sammy getting together.
yeah, so I
could
like
be
that
a
too.
combined package.
But
And they could say, and they could say
I
that,
was hoping y'all say
and
that.
they could say they forgive Roman because he didn't go to the extent that Solo was doing.
And I'm glad y'all say that, because now, let's switch it. If Sammy becomes honorary Uce and joins, what's next for Cody? Because this means he's out of the bloodline story. There's no more Solo chasing him for right now. So who's next to challenge Cody
That's actually a good question. I
for
don't
the
know
WWE
who's next to
Undisputed
challenge
Championship?
Cody.
Because now, even with us talking about Randy eventually turning, because that's what he does.
Eventually he's going to turn.
Focused right now.
But who's directly
so
next?
who would be next? Because
And
you
don't forget about the final boss.
yeah, you can't forget about the final
Oh,
boss. But when would he even come back?
Royal Rumble.
I know. I still think that's going to be a match. Some way, somehow, Cody in the
most
Rock.
definitely. I can see that happening at Royal Rumble. I don't see Roman. I don't see The Rock
But it's
getting
still a
into
couple
the
of
Royal
months.
Rumble.
But what's I don't know
Cody
what's
a match for Bad Blood. He was advertised on the damn thing with
Cody's the
Match
main person that's in his hometown.
So
who the hell is
with
he gonna
that,
fight?
it's just a guess. I want y'all to guess. Who do y'all believe on Friday Night SmackDown this week? With no bloodline focus on Cody, focus on Roman. Who steps up? Would they be daring to put another face against Cody? And
Yeah, I don't know if
And
it's
then
going to happen. I think
KO.
KO actually might step up and
Yeah, that's what I think. I
challenge
think
him.
that you always get twice a year that rare face versus face match, and they just
and then
friends.
after that stop over, then that's when something will happen with Randy Orton.
Yeah,
You still thinking that's going
It's going to
But
happen at Bad Blood.
great pay per view, guys. We got bashing the
It
Bloodline.
was.
How did y'all feel about SummerSlam overall as a card?
Good ass feet.
I thought it was a great pay-per-view, and there was 7 matches, it's perfect, and all the matches had a good storyline. It wasn't too.
Yeah.
To me,
See,
all the matches was about storyline.
All that was about storyline.
And that's the
Triple H
thing.
be sounding
You gotta,
perfect.
as wrestling fans, we
And-
gotta appreciate.
Yeah.
If you want action, if you want good wrestling matches, you tune in to TNA, you tune in to AEW, you tune in to NLW. If you want storylines, you tune in to NWA, you tune in to WWE.
And that's what I
WWE
saw,
was
bro.
more about the storylines
that
this SummerSlam
was
than the match.
basically based on storylines. That
It was
whole-
ending
every
feuds
match.
and start and
ending and start and
continuing new
continue,
chapters
yeah.
of feuds like the Judgment Day shit.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and that's the thing. A lot of times when the storyline's good, the matches don't have to be perfect. But with AEW, when you guys come in with random matches on a collision to get a number 1 contender for a pay-per-view in 3 weeks, and the only build-up is fucking video packages,
Eliminate
the
the
match
match.
gotta be fucking good. It gotta be.
It has to be.
So that was SummerSlam. Our next pay-per-view coming up, all in for AEW, but WWE will finish off the summer of August with Bash at the Berlin, continuing to go global. Wrestling is at the best time it has been, goddammit. And WWE, another good job, another great card. We'll see where it goes from here. Y'all got anything else? What's your best match, y'all?
Yeah.
What was your favorite moment of SummerSlam then?
When Dirty Dom turned on Rhea.
When Dirty Dom turned on Rhea?
Yeah.
You liked it that? You liked that he turned
I was
on
like,
Mommy?
he turned on.
Not dirty
Like, it
dog.
was a crazy moment.
It was a crazy moment? Okay. I feel you. What about y'all? Y'all got any favorite moments?
My favorite moment. Well, what's yours, Dar?
Not dirty dog.
I got 2 favorite moments. One of my favorite moments is LA Knight winning the United States title. And my other favorite moment is Roman Reigns returning. And Superman punching his pants, Solo Sikoa.
I think my favorite moment was just the fact that they got it right. I feel like everything was right to continue going forward. Dominic was supposed to turn on Rhea.
Yeah, everything was supposed to happen.
Rhea wasn't supposed to win. LA Knight was supposed to finally get his title. Gunther was supposed to win. Roman returned. Nia Jax was undeniable. Everything that happened was supposed to happen. My favorite moment, Finn getting his revenge
Oh, I forgot
on
about
Damian
Finn.
Priest from last SummerSlam. You cost my man Finn because you just had to keep cashing in. Yo, I promise, I won't interfere. 20 minutes into the match, when Finn about to go for a quarter round, here you go with a referee with the briefcase. Screw on, my man. You got what you deserve. Unlike everybody else that it works successfully changing you to a face. I never once gave you 1% to beat Gunther, and I never cared that you lost to Gunther. I don't care that the Judgment Day left you. I actually am a fan of Dirty Dom. Y'all know this. I love me some Irish Ace. Finn Balor's been my guy. Liv is growing on me. And Carlito's just cool.
Cool, man.
Mommy's mommy. She's going to get the love, but
Cool.
everybody else can be fans of Damian. I've always been a fan of Damian, but me just all of a sudden,
Yeah,
because
just chant that.
because he lost to Gunther. No, you lost because you weren't as good as Gunther. And maybe he went a little far with the street trash. But come on, bro. Come on. So,
You already know what my favorite moment is. The shirt talks for itself.
yeah, CM Punk went down.
Happy as shit.
But y'all, this is a good SummerSlam. It's been a long time we did a wrestling video.
Exactly.
We back.
We back.
We miss y'all.
Yeah.
We got to get on all these big moments.
Long
We be
time,
back
long
for all in. God damn it.
Yes, sir.
Y'all better tune in when we put these fucking videos up. God damn it. We here. It's y'all Wrestling Podcast. These are D Top, Darren, aka and Whatnot, and Hayden. We in the building, y'all.
Won't you
We in the building,
reach the other
And we out.
side?